Boy, what a wonderful array of choices with the new Sizzix line, the Letterpress dies. Now these are really cool. It's a thick plate that you're going to run through your Big Shot or your Vagabond. All you need is cutting pads. There are a couple of things we're going to suggest as we show you how they work.
And you don't use the bottom cutting pad. You use the platform, and then the plate, and then your paper, and then the top, the plate.
Right, that little extra piece that you flap over.
You usually run things through with the sandwich, but you only need the top of the sandwich.
And you're just going to run the ink pad right over the top, right?
Yeah, you just ink that up.
Ink it up, run it through, and you can see some of the examples. We're going to suggest that you try one of the pigment inks or the archival inks as opposed to for example, a distress ink that has more water. Depending on the look you want, you may want the look with the water, but for more uniformity
in color, you want the pigment.
Pigment inks for sure.
Yeah, and then it gives a debossing. This is a basil piece, so you can see it on the back. I ran a distress coordinations, which I didn't get as much debossing as I did with the basil, and I don't have a 110-pound sheet of paper in my stash here, so I didn't run anything really heavy. Here's the new die from Sizzix, the little bird die that I had run through with the snowcap white, and I used this die on all these samples, the little damask.
Yep.
Here's the die, the bird, the 3D bird. I love that.
Very cute.
And on this one down here, I took the plate, and could you hold this for me, Scott? And I took my embossing, put it down, ran it through, cut out this piece of paper, this suitcase, by the way, and then I embossed it with the Tim Holtz powder, and I heated it up.
And you can see now you've got that suitcase gives you that distressed around the corners, and of course now you've got a color that really jumps out at you with that embossing.
Yeah, versus just the stamping in the regular inks. And I was totally impressed with the way that it worked with fabric. This is a mistable. I had cut the mistable, washed it. It has all these frayed edges, and then I ran it through. And look at that image. It came out perfectly. This is a piece of Claudine's Studio canvas right here, and that came out fabulously, and it's still debossed from yesterday, so that's going to stay just like that, and that's quality. And here's the Tim Holtz tag die that I did all my samples with.
Right, that in the suitcase, as we call it.
Yeah.
Lovingly here.
And then I did paper too, which it gives great debossing. Can you see that? It feels wonderful. It looks good. This is pink paisley. This is Cosmo Cricket, just a nice simple design. Now the paper, lightweight paper, you run through with a piece of craft foam.
So you're going to have the same kind of sandwich that we first described.
You go like this, then you put the foam on top of the paper.
Right, so, excuse me, other way. So you're adding just...
And then the plate.
Right, just a little bit more on there so you get that tighter squeeze.
Yeah, so it squeezes it up and debosses it.
Right. Now there are a bunch of choices. They have narrow strips, almost like borders, as well as the larger A7 size. Bunch of fun choices in there. So what you're going to want to do is stock up on the pigment ink if you don't already have it.
And give it a try.
Oh, what a blast.